I won't go super deep into the story, but it's sort of like that. We play as Corvo, who is the bodyguard of the Empress. And just as the game kicks off here, we're returning to the Empress after she sent us on some mission. It's not really important. So, yeah, the reason why I started with this intro cutscene is because I want to explain the first glitch that's gonna happen in the game. This is quite a glitch-heavy game. Or well, yeah, it has some cool glitches. And the first one that I'm gonna be using is called the elevator glitch. And the elevator glitch allows me to travel up corners on like buildings and stuff. So I can basically get from like ground level to top of buildings by using this elevator glitch. And I'm gonna use it like the very first thing I do in the entire run. So yeah, this really starts off with a boom, I guess you could say. So the way the elevator glitch works is you need a 90-degree corner, or somewhat 90-degree, and somehow the game is programmed in a way so that the game thinks that the corner is a number of ledges, and then you can sort of climb those. Timing starts when I get control, so it will be like in a second. Alright, nice. So this first one can be a bit tricky, but I apparently got it instantly, so that's quite nice. Right, so the reason why I go to the top of that building and jump down is to jump over the trigger for a cutscene. The Empress daughter, Emily, is asking me to go play hide and seek with her. But by jumping over the trigger I can skip that.
They're my citizens.
So yeah, sadly there's quite a lot of cutscenes in this game.
Very well.
And some are skippable, some are not. Especially in the beginning there's a lot of unskippable cutscenes, which is annoying.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
So yeah, I'm running this on PC because it's the fastest version, obviously. First of all, it's like it feels easier to control with mouse and keyboard. Certain tricks and glitches would be really hard to perform on with a controller. But I could say the main reason is because I need to reach quite high frame rates. For example, like I need to reach frame rates way above 200 frames per second, and that is for these elevator glitches, because they are simply like this one, they are frame rate dependent. So I do another one on the hitbox of this bush down here to get up really high up in the air. The reason why I do this is because in a second I'm gonna jump down and kill myself. So I kill myself to avoid having to fight a couple of assassins that's gonna spawn in like a second. It's a fight that you can complete either by killing the assassins or by dying yourself. So it doesn't really matter. So right now I'm basically dead, and it just instantly skips to the next cutscene.
Corvo, thank you.
Saves a little bit of time.
If you hadn't been here.
No more! Not again! Mommy! No! Get away from her! Corvo!
But there's nothing we can do to save the Empress. Therefore it doesn't matter if I fight the assassins or not. Yeah, so the Empress is dead and Emily is kidnapped. And that's sort of where the story of this game starts off.
Find Emily. Protect her. The only one who'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
So this guy in the black clothes in the middle here is the Lord Regent. And it turns out that he's the one who ordered the assassination of the Empress because he wants to take control over Dunwall. And now he tries to frame Corvo for the murder. So yeah, Corvo is taken away and put into prison.
Is there any option you can increase the volume in game? It's really low on the stream.
Yeah, 1 second. Better?
should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
Alright, so apparently we get some help to escape this prison. But we're gonna do it in a really special way. Gonna use these elevator glitches to get up here and then get to the top of the entire prison. So this is like out of bounds simply because there's no roof on the prison, so we can simply go up here. The normal way of getting out of here is to like go and find some explosives and blow up the front gate, but we can, because we can use these elevator glitches, we don't have to do that. So yeah, a lot of optimizing this game is about skipping different animations. For example, climbing animations, especially in this part. Like animations where Corvo like he grabs a ledge and jumps over it. Yeah, so I'm mashing spacebar here to move slightly faster. This entire sewer section is basically a lot of really small movement optimizations. Let's say like a second, half a second each maybe. I could have picked up that bottle and thrown at this guy, but sadly I missed it. I just have to do this. Yeah, so we're gonna go and meet this secret friend of ours. Alright. So up here we're gonna do another elevator glitch to avoid having to climb that chain, because climbing chains is slow. Right, so this is the first place where we get our gear. We get a crossbow and a sword and some other stuff, I think. We're not gonna be using the sword a lot. We're actually gonna do a little trick here called swordless. You see, this allows me to have my secondary weapon out, but not my sword. And this is not really something that's intended in the game, but it's really easy to do. So the reason why this is good is because when we don't have our sword out, we actually run faster. So we'll be doing this swordless thing throughout the entire run. This time I did it with a crossbow, but it will mostly be when we get the blink power, which will be later. Alright, so now we meet Samuel the boatsman, who will be like taking us to the different missions that the game puts us on.
I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
So I guess I could mention, now we time this because we're at a marathon, we time it with real time. Normally, as with many PC games, this game is timed without loading times, so that like people with a better PC wouldn't get an advantage. So the timer is normally paused while I'm in a loading. I would be in a loading screen. Okay, so now we get to the Hound Pits pub. We're gonna meet Admiral Havelock and Lord Pembleton, who are gonna help us to save Emily and to like seek revenge, and also to try to stop the Lord Regent from taking over Dunwall.
The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl.
They're gonna send us on a number of missions later on, where they ask us to kill or in any other way deal with certain people. So they are sort of the mission givers of this game.
We can continue this later. Yes. Giaros is much larger.
Right, gotta get this whale oil tank, put it into this machine. So normally Piero is the one where you can like buy gear and stuff, ammunition and things, but we don't need any of that in the run, so we will actually not talk to him anymore than at this one time.
You should rest when you can. Sleep well.
Alright, so now we're gonna meet the outsider. The Outsider is like a supernatural character who has the power to give different abilities to people that he find interesting in Dunwall.
Hello.
So and Corvo is one of these people. So he gives us the blink power, which is, as you can see, really useful, and it's like the main piece of movement in the game. However, using blink costs mana, so I'm gonna have to manage my mana carefully. Like every single blink in the entire run is planned out, so I will like end on a specific amount of mana. And you see me getting a lot of mana potions, and also at specific places I want to wait for my mana to regenerate so that I can blink even more. Also, we can get even more powers. We won't be getting a lot, but yeah. We can also upgrade in different ways. I'll do that later. Pretty neat little thing coming up right here is when I blink specific places, I want to aim at specific heights. So I'll land without like an animation when I hit the ground. It's called a damage cancel.
Ready to go?
So by falling from specific heights, I can simply skip animations, and instead I take a little bit of damage. So like whenever I aim into the air, I aim my blink at specific places to skip those landing animations.
It'll be a rough
Alright, so this is the first mission, or the first real mission, sort of.
Boulevard, but now it's not so easy.
The objective here is to kill
The half's fighting over what's left.
the High Overseer Campbell and to steal his journal, I think. Yeah, steal something he has at least. So in this mission we'll also introduce the next like main glitch of this game called the slip clip. It's a way to clip through walls, but I won't be using that yet. I'll be using it when I get closer to High Overseer Campbell. Oh crap. So yeah, getting animations like that is something like I try to skip at all times. Right, so I throw this to blow up another whale tank, to deactivate the traps that the guards set up. Same thing here. Otherwise I would get electrocuted. Alright, so I pick up runes at certain places, and runes I can use to upgrade my powers. So I here upgraded Agility 1, which allows me to double jump.
I hear the second. I was just reading in the archive about the heretics.
Right, so the first slip clip is coming up. I'm gonna clip through this door. And I do these clips by using a combination of the game's lean mechanic, where Corvo can lean to the side, as well as the blink power. Ooh, that's bad. I do a quick save here because that can like fail really easily. Alright, so I land on Samuel's head here to prevent myself from taking fall damage.
Maybe it's not my place to say. Men of the faith.
In a lot of places there's a lot of things going on at the time, I can't really
Ready to go?
explain all of it, but most places where I clip out of bounds, it's because it's like the shortest way to get to my goal. Like this game has been optimized quite a lot, so there's a lot of really small things that I do that saves tiny bits of time.
I expect I want to congratulate you.
So, as I said, like every single blink is planned out, and because I failed one of those clips, I am a little bit short of mana. So, I'm gonna have to skip one blink here that I would normally do. Alright, so between every mission there's like a short intermission, and this one is a bit special because it's a bit longer. I would normally go see Pembleton and the Admiral, and they would tell me that I needed to take care of a couple of plague victims in the sewers under the Hunt Pits pub. But I can actually get like the key to that door through the wall, so I don't have to talk to them first. So I sequence break this little like mission or intermission a little bit. Also, you saw me upgrading to agility 2, and that's so I can run faster.
I'll take you to the Golden Cat when you're ready. I've taken Lord Pendleton enough times, believe me.
So next mission coming up is the Golden Cat. This mission is known for being annoying. Like, this is a big run killer. There's a lot of guards that can troll you quite bad, cause like certain AI in this game is pretty random, so guards can really troll you sometimes. There's also like a really big piece of randomness coming up. The objective of this mission is to get to the Golden Cat, which is like a whorehouse, and then kill the 2 Pendleton brothers, who are like the siblings of the guy we're working for. But and also to rescue Emily, because apparently she's trapped at the Golden Cat. I'm gonna get a couple grenades here. I'm gonna use one of those to kill one of the Pendleton brothers. So the randomness I was talking about earlier is in the Golden Cat. There's two Pendleton brothers I have to kill, and there's 2 different like ways they can be positioned, 2 different locations they can be in. So there's good and bad luck, sort of. Here I upgrade to Blink 2, which makes me blink longer. Okay, whoa. So actually I got a bad luck, which is not really slower, but it's way harder. So hopefully I'll be able to do this like first try. So I'm gonna clip out of bounds here, and then I'm gonna toss a grenade that will hopefully bounce into that room. And yes, I got it first try. Nice. So that grenade killed the 2nd Pendleton brother. Also right here I need to push Emily, because if she's looking into the wall, I would like soft lock the level, sort of. Okay, nice. That was actually not such a horrible cat.
So you did the business, did you, Corvo? I'm not one to speak against my betters, mind you, but if anybody ever deserved their fate, it was those Pendletons.
So yeah, we take Emily back to the pub.
Oh, grown up business.
This dialogue is really strange,
Forgive me.
like in this cutscene.
It's okay. I heard a lot of Joelnir business at the Golden Cat.
Oh, I should concentrate on piloting this boat.
So yeah, Dishonored as like a speed game
I'll be caring for
sadly
you
has
soon,
like
Pleased to
great
meet
amount of cutscenes,
as am I.
which can be
Would you like to see
kind
more?
of annoying when running it,
Can I see
because
it? Yes.
if you have to reset
I'll
like
get to see it all.
halfway into the run,
Entirety of the Hound Pits.
or like
Good.
somewhere in the beginning,
I'll
there's
like
a
it.
lot of cutscenes
I'll
that
go
you have to
close
watch,
Corvo. I'll see you later.
and not that much like gameplay when you try again.
You do not fail to impress. Armed with a blade, you change the
I mean, this is sort of changed because the time has gone down quite a lot.
Lord Pennington will assume their votes in Parliament. In one night,
Like the ratio between the cutscenes and the gameplay.
I need to speak to you. sir.
Alright.
Lord Pendleton requests your attention. All right.
So we're gonna head off to Cold Winds Bridge, where we're actually gonna
Wind's Bridge, sir.
kidnap like a scientist called Sokolov.
Just climb aboard when you're ready.
So every mission in this game has both a lethal and a non-lethal way to take out your target. So far we've only used the lethal way, yeah. But for this mission we actually have to go with a non-lethal version, because we have to take Sokolov alive. The reason why we go with lethal on the missions before is because it's faster.
See all them lights in the water? That's right. We'll be spotted for sure.
So yeah, there's also a secondary objective to turn off these lights so that Samuel can get close to Sokolov's home.
Maybe even smarter than Piero. Got the whole gun wall with his thumb with all that natural.
Right in the beginning here I'm gonna do another slip clip to
Potions and the like. Seems dangerous.
get to the end of this area a bit quicker. I hoped at least. Alright, second try. Oh, it's quite bad. So I'm gonna remove these white oil tanks, and that's gonna turn off those lights. Ooh, okay. That's not good. Let's load an autosave. Alright. Did I do the same thing? Okay, screw it. That's not a normal mistake, but sure. Right, I go in here to get another mana potion, to get more mana. So I shoot Sokolov with a sleep dart to make him pass out.
Royal physician himself. Made a neat job. Drop him here and we'll be off.
And then we take him with us back to the hunt pits.
They set up a cell for Sokolov in the old kennel. Shackles and everything. It'll be a shock, him waking up in a straw and old dog. But from what I hear, he's woken up worse places. Guess we all have at that.
So yeah, if anyone didn't know, or like if anyone that likes this game didn't know, there was actually a sequel to this announced earlier today, just like, I don't know, 6 hours ago or something, at the E3. So it's pretty cool that they're making a Dishonored 2. And in that game you're actually gonna play as Emily. You're gonna be able to play as Emily.
You were making funny faces.
This girl right there.
I decided
So that's pretty hype.
in your room while Callista was taking her bath. She told me to
Like,
take
I'm
trouble
obviously really
when I
hyped for
should
that.
have
So there is not a lot going on in this intermission, so I could maybe start explaining the next mission, which is called Lady Boyle's Last Party. And the next mission has like the main piece of randomness in the game. I'm supposed to kill one of the Boyle sisters, but I don't know which one it is, because it's completely random every time. And the way to find out would be find out which one I'm supposed to kill, would be to read a specific note. That note also spawns in random locations. So there's simply a lot of like really complex randomness going on. But I am gonna use a sort of a glitched out strat where I read a note that is positioned out of bounds, and I kill the best Boyle, the Boyle that is closest to me, which is the fastest one, and hopefully that will make me finish the objective, and if it doesn't, then I simply have to kill all 3 of the Boyle sisters. So we simply really hope for good luck. Please. No. Alright. Means we have to kill all of them. So like my mana and everything is not routed for... Whoa. Whoa, what happened? Okay, the game glitched out quite badly. That was interesting. A blink up here. Alright. Anyhow, now I killed all 3 of them, so I know that I've at least killed my target. So I head back to Samuel. When doing attempts for like really low times in this game, normally you would reset if you didn't get the best luck. Because there's such a big difference between having to kill just that one upstairs compared to having to kill all 3 of them. There are different strategies to not have to reset every time you don't have the perfect luck there, because it's like 1 in 3 chance that you would get that. Okay, so I killed a lot of people, and the only one remaining is the Lord Regent himself.
We've done away with a woman, and a noble woman at that. But Boyle was a viper. She helped the Lord Regent kill the Empress.
Oh right, yeah. I delivered a note to a guy in like a wolf mask over in the Boyle mission, and that's like actually like an optional objective, but I did it because it makes this dialogue way shorter, so it actually saves a little bit of time, even though it's optional.
Ready to face the Lord Regent?
So we're off to kill the Lord Regent.
Long past time. Oh my.
Okay, so as I said, there's both lethal and non-lethal ways to take out our targets, and for this mission it's actually faster to go with a non-lethal version, and that is to get the sound recording from a safe and then play that sound recording like in the speaker system. Then it's played all over the city, and the sound recording consists of a confession where the Lord Regent says that he was the one who brought the rat plague to Dunwall. So then people will obviously like, well, I don't know, riot or something. They won't allow him to be in charge of Dunwall anymore, at least. So yeah, just in the beginning here I'm gonna do another elevator glitch to get all the way to the top of this, whatever it is, it's a building. Alright, nice. Actually really nice I got that first try, because that one can be a bit tricky. So yeah, I get a lot of mana potions here, so I'll be needing those. Right, so as I mentioned, the sound recording is in a safe. We may get it from the safe by simply forcing our head into it, because that's how Corvo does things. Oh shit. The normal way would be to like enter the code to the safe. Right, I clip out of bounds because it's the closest way to get to the door. Okay, nice. Once again, I land on Samuel's head to avoid taking fall damage.
All right, let's go. Big changes. Makes me uneasy, to tell the truth. A small fry like me always gets the
So yeah, it might seem like we're done with everything we had to do now, and that everyone will be happy and Emily could take over the throne.
high overseer.
But Corvo is soon gonna find out that
The others are in the bar.
his friends
No doubt waiting their
are actually not so nice people after all.
Me, I think I'll just linger out here if you don't mind. Reflect on things while we have a moment. Congratulations, Corvo.
So it turns out that they poisoned Corvo's drink. Because they didn't want to deal with him. I guess there's different ways to see like why. I think they sort of want to take power themselves, like they want to control Emily. So she does what they want to, but they know that Corvo wouldn't allow that. Alright, so moving into like a really long cutscene, sadly.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died.
Where, because Corvo was apparently like washed up in the flooded district, which is the home of the assassins that were hired to kill the Empress earlier. We're soon gonna meet their leader. His name is Dowd, and he has also been visited by the outsider, just as Corvo, and he has these special powers as well. Or there's 3 DLCs to this game, and 2 of those are like story driven. Knife of Dunwall and Brigmore Witches. And in those DLCs you actually play as Dowd, the Master Assassin. And there's also speedruns for those DLCs that are really cool. There's also some really cool other categories for this game. Right now I'm just running the 100% category, which is just beat the game as quick as possible. But there's also all collectibles, in which you get all the collectibles in the game. It's runes, bone charms and Sokolov paintings. And then there's a category called NLG, or non-lethal ghost. And for that one you have to play the entire game without killing anyone, and also without ever being spotted by an enemy. So that's a really cool category. Yeah, so this is Dowd. He is gonna throw away all of our gear, our sword and everything. But we actually don't need any of that to finish the game. So, like what you would do casually is like you would go and recover your gear. But since we don't need that, we only need the blink power to finish the game. We don't have to do that. Right. So they trap Corvo in this little like cell thing. You're supposed to break out of this by breaking this like wooden hatch with the bricks. But because we can do this slip clip thing, we can simply clip through the wall to get out, like that. Oh crap. Alright, I used one too many blinks there, sadly. It's gonna be fine. Alright, so we're gonna make our way back to the Hunt Pits pub through this flooded district. Dowd wants to fight us, but we have no interest in fighting him because that's slow. So we simply get the key to this door down here and then we continue. So I'm gonna run here and wait for a regen because my mana is not what it's supposed to be. So there's a really cool strategy coming up here. I'm gonna clip through this door, which is quite tricky. Okay, nice. I'm gonna jump into an invisible water current and I'm gonna quick save and I'm gonna quick load. And that takes me to the end of the water current, so it actually transports me quite far, which is nice and fast. And then we're back at the Hound Pits pub.
Please.
So, Corey's soon gonna find out that the Admiral and Pembleton already left with Emily. So, simply gonna signal to Samuel. Right, nice. I was gonna signal to Samuel that he's gonna pick me up. Right here I start the dialogue at this place. And then the boat moves out of sort of the dialogue range. Then I blink back to it. And this like stops and restarts the dialogue, and it actually makes it so that I skip a bit of it, which is fast. So the Admiral and Pembleton took Emily to the King Sparrow Lighthouse. So I'm gonna have to go here to rescue her. This is the final level of the game. This game has multiple endings. There's what's called a high chaos and low chaos ending. And because we simply killed like a couple of people, we are gonna get the low chaos ending. And in this ending we don't have to fight the Admiral or Pembleton, we just have to rescue Emily. So yeah, if you kill a lot of people you get what's called high chaos. And then you get the high chaos ending, which is different. But there's quite an interesting trick coming up called a double blink.
If anyone deserves it, you do it. Give my best, Emily.
So a double blink is simply 2 blinks in a row without hitting the ground in between. And hopefully I'm gonna be able to do it first try. Alright. I got an animation there, but it's fine. Oh god. Okay. That hatch can be a bit trolley sometimes. So take the elevator to the top of the lighthouse, where Emily is. And time for this game stops when I interact with the door to Emily's room. Get the key and go to the door. Alright, so that's Dishonored. And then there's like some end credits.
Now Emily called when you're first.
So I guess before I leave this game I can advertise a little bit for European Speedster Assembly this year, where the world record holder will do a run of this game, which is gonna be probably better than what I did here. So if you like the Dishonored speedrun, you should really check that out.
You watched and listened when other men would have shouted and raved.
Alright.
You held back instead of striking.
So should we move on?
So it is.
Yeah, we can start with the next game.
Yep. Okay.
We need to make sure that the game audio is loud, just on the Windows, just
yeah.
increase it.
Is mic muted? Could you mute the mic so we can?